Hello, good morning. How have you been? I hope that you have been healthy and happy. So today we'll continue with our Dharma talk, okay, on the Infinite Lifetime Sutra. Last week we have already started with the initial part, 如是我闻. Okay, thus have I heard. 一学佛在王舍全习度学三中 that at one time the Buddha was at this venue, okay, 与大比丘众万二千人聚。一切大神通已达. Today we're going to talk about this part, okay? With the big bhikkhus, okay? Bhikkhu is bhikkhus. It refers to the monks, okay? With a big retinue of monks, and the monks here, it is actually not referring only to those who we see daily, right? With the shaven head, with at the temple, or going out to the market to get alms for their food. Okay, so we're talking about people who have managed to transcend. Okay, what kind of transcend? It is not. It is. I can say that it can be something we consider based on our own level, the low level, right? They have transcended something that is already beyond. For example, they have been really charitable in their food. Okay, they are scarce in their food. They don't feed their greed. Okay, they eat their food just to fulfill enough for their body. Thus, it will actually bring them health. Okay, you don't overeat. Okay, now we're talking about, okay, one thing about Buddhist texts is that everything that we do over here, okay, it is very practical. It is not just about how you're going to um, become. It's metaphysics. It is not something that is paranormal. Okay, not something that's superstitious. Okay, the kind of thing that we do here is that the very act, the very nature of our actions, our speech, our thoughts itself will bring benefit to our body and to our soul. Okay, we can use the term soul because I don't know how else to um, relate you to that energy source. Okay, so when we are not greedy, it's not gluttonous. Okay, it is not something that is done out of when you eat, you don't fill your stomach to the brim until you can't put in anymore. Okay, so you live in moderation. Neither do you live in a form of um, severe diet. Okay, a lot of people, when they go on a severe dieting, it means that they just don't eat, they skip meals or things like this. Okay, it's nothing like that. Okay, there's nothing to do with that, but the way that it is being consumed, it is just enough for the body. Okay, that's why you keep your body healthy. You don't eat too much, you keep your body healthy. You eat too much, you are loading your body with too much stress because your body has to process the food. Okay, and depending on how they have prepared the food for you or how you prepare the food yourself, okay, your body will need to go on that drive. It can become an overdrive, okay, to process the food so that the food and its nutrients get transported around your body to bring the energy for you to become your fuel for this vehicle, this body, which is actually your vehicle, okay, as you are in this world, right? And then they are also scarce in words. They don't speak words that are just frivolous. Okay, some people they speak words that are just totally meaningless. Some people they only speak when it's beneficial. Okay, so the monks, these bhikkhus, the great monks, okay, they are the ones who has scarcity in their words. Means it's not like they keep totally quiet. It's not that. Okay, but if there is no reason to speak, then they don't speak. If there is nothing beneficial for them to speak, they won't speak. If it is not something that will contribute, they will not speak. And this contribution will, you know how it is like, okay, now in this world, because we have meetings, we have things like this in corporations, and very often we have seen situations where Corporations thrive. Be, um, some people thrive in corporations. Okay, it's not about corporations thriving. Some people thrive in organizations, in companies, especially companies that are related to how you um, do your presentation, how you voice out. They said how you voice out. Then that's why there are some people who may have zero input. Okay, the things that they say are totally void of any content or any context, but they are sitting at higher levels in the organizations because their English is fluent, okay, or their presentation is fluent. But if you look at the gist of it, the essence of it, there is actually nothing in there for their contribution. Okay, so monks avoid such frivolous talks. In fact, if we were to be talking, if we want to speak, it should be something that will benefit the receiver. Okay, like for example, I'm sure if you were to look in your day-to-day life, you will meet with a colleague who may not have anything much to say. Okay, but the moment when you face with the trouble, you will look for this colleague, and this colleague will look at the things he analyze, and then he will give the solutions or ask the right questions back to you so that you will be able to find solutions to it. It benefits you. Okay, he or she, the moment you reach this person, he or she will find the way that is most suitable to you, to give you the lessons, to teach you what to do next. Okay, so these are the beneficial ones. And for monks and nuns, the thing that the monks speak about is not something that will help you in your worldly. Okay, it's not something like, oh, okay, you let me teach you how to do business. Okay, leave the business part to me. Okay, but they'll not teach you how to do business, but they will teach you how to plant the seed so that good karma comes into you. Okay, so that all the all the positive things, your um the seeds that you planted constitutes the merits that will help you avert, okay, all the negative karmas, or most of the negative karmas, especially those that are very small. Okay, it will help you avert the negative karma. And for the big negative karma that you need to pay back, right, probably from brought in from a previous life, it will help you filter some of the effects. Okay, you just need to keep that sweet heart inside you, okay, that nice one inside you, so that you do not retaliate, so that you don't think of the evil ways to revenge, right? So this is how it is. Okay, so when the big we're talking about the big monks here, they are scarce in both food and in words. So when they're scarce in food, it keeps their body healthy. When they're scarce in their words, it keeps their soul clean, right? Because you're looking at some situations in our daily life now. A lot of people, especially politicians, they may debate. Okay, the rhetoric is strong. The way they talk is really fluent. The stories that they tell may be really compelling, and then people will either laugh, cry, clap, whatever. Um, you know, just celebrations. It works on the emotions, the ethos of the person. Okay, but if you were to look at it, I'm only listening to promises, right? I'm only reading carefully crafted texts that they have prepared. But is it truly beneficial? Are they genuine? Okay, when they make such promises, are they able to deliver? And a lot of times, unfortunately, it will be after the thing had happened. Then you have elected this leader and you expected this leader to live up to their words, only to find out that they are liars. Okay, they don't keep up to their words. But are they, like, what are the situations that cause them to become liars in the end? Okay, they may or may not. Okay, I'm not going to judge anybody, but they may have the sincerity of wanting to bring the improvements during the speeches. During their carefully crafted speeches, they may see that, oh, I really want to bring the goodness, I want to really bring the peace, I want to bring the bring in more jobs for for the country. I want to bring in goodness for my people. But in the end, they may not have enough knowledge of how to do this. Okay, because a lot of times when you rely on worldly knowledge on how to run this, it is going to be something that is from the outward, okay, from the outside. You and the world, if you see that you have to do this for this world, then it is actually something that is on the outward. Okay, when it is something on the outward, any outside influence can happen. Okay, like for example, someone may actually have a, it's just an example, right? Somebody may actually have a great business idea, right? And this great business idea is supposed to be that, okay, I'm going to open a restaurant, let's say, okay, a boutique restaurant in this area, and then I'm going to make the decorations really beautiful. Okay, that's worldly. Your location that you pick is worldly. Your decorations, the interior design that you do is worldly. And then I'm going to, get all kinds of different kinds of cuisine. I can theme it as a Japanese cuisine. I can theme it as a Korean cuisine or a French cuisine, Italian cuisine, whatever. Right? Those are all external. Okay, so the intention was actually just to earn money, just for the fortune of it. Okay, money is external. So in the end, what will it be relied on? Okay, if you look at a lot of restaurants, a lot of boutique restaurants that have blossomed, the boutique hotels that have blossomed, and suddenly COVID hits. Okay, the pandemic hit hard. People are confined to their homes, they couldn't get out, they couldn't travel. Okay, and even now as they travel, they think that COVID is under control, and suddenly mpox comes up, right? So all these things are external influences. When you're doing things that are based on the external influences, it also means that any external influences can influence you. It will cause your direction to steer differently from what you intended. Okay, that is when you rely everything on the outside. But if you were to look for things that are within yourself, okay, planted within your seed, you have to be calm. Okay, you have to be peaceful, it has to be blissful. In fact, it has to be so quiet, there is nothing there. Okay, when you look at all those monks, the meditation, what are meditation for? Okay, meditation is to calm your heart. If you were to look at the basis of meditation, the Buddha has said before, our mind is like a monkey. Okay, what do monkeys do? Monkeys jump around, monkeys cause a chaotic situation. Monkeys look at you and then they will find things to provoke. Okay, a lot of different funny ideas, a lot of naughty ideas that bounce off them just because they are interested in creating the havoc. They can't sit still. Okay, you try telling a monkey to sit still. Okay, it's not going to happen, right? But if you were to meditate, to calm yourself, a lot of people, meditators who experience meditation at least like 5 minutes a day, they will experience things like, oh, I feel a lot calmer and I can see things much clearer. That is the entire intention of it, right? The activities that we do, okay, all the external worldly things that we're doing is equivalent to throwing rocks. Our heart, our soul, our mind is like water. Okay, the more external things there are, when you throw external things, when you throw a rock into the water, into a silent stream, the stream will be triggered, right? You will see ripples. And if, let's say, you keep doing that, you will see waves, even in just a small lake. You will see a lot of ripples, a lot of tiny waves. You will see, if you keep pumping the rocks this way, you see the water splashing this way. This is what happens. Your mind is not calm. Your mind is not behaving like the still lake that it should be. Okay, that's why you don't see the fishes down there, right? You don't see the rocks at the bottom of your lake. You don't see the fishes, you don't see the corals, you don't see anything else. You just keep seeing on the surface, it is the ripples. But when you meditate, okay, it calms you down. You no longer throw rocks onto your calm lake. And that is where slowly the mud settles. You can see the fishes, you can see the rocks, you can see the corals, you can see tiny organisms even. Okay, if you look hard enough. That is only possible if your lake is calm. That is why meditation, the sole purpose of meditation is to calm your heart. Okay, the moment you are calm, there are those who also experience when they are calm, they are able to see things that are beyond this material world. They are able to see. I'm not talking about qualities. I'm not talking about you see love, you see honesty, you see blah 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 blah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about seeing other beings. Okay, those that are not within our sphere of existence, those that we consider as being in a different dimension. Okay, that's another story. I will, if there is anyone who wants this, I can actually do a meditation session as well. All right, but other otherwise, I'm just going to leave it to your gurus, whoever that you're following. Right, just make sure that the guru know what they're doing. Okay, any meditation that is only going to say that I'm going to open up your energy source so that you will be able to gain more money. No, don't listen to that. Okay. You don't meditate for the sake of money because meditation's inside, the money is outside. It is conflicting. And when it conflicts, the more you meditate, the more you think about the money, the more you are worried about the manifestations. You keep planting that manifestation, the worse it becomes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue with this now. Okay, so this is the first one. They are scars with their food and their words to protect their body and their mind. Okay. The second big about them is that they have already broken. I can use the word break, okay? Because in Chinese text it is po. Po means break. What do they break? They break the evil. Okay, what are the evils? There are three evils. Okay, you break the greed, you break the hatred, and you break the ignorance. You break a lot of all these things. Okay, a lot of times when we are looking at people, right, why are we here now? There is greed, there's anger, there's ignorance. Okay, the three things that tie us down. Okay, remember the if you have not watched my Helsing's talk, there are the 10 meritorious deeds. The 10 meritorious deeds, three of them actually address the greed, the anger, and the ignorance. Okay, so when we are talking about the big monks, they have transcended. They have looked beyond greed. What greed is that we do not understand what it is. Okay, we think that a lot of times, especially in the modern times, we are taught that good, when it's good, then we should have more of it. You just look at all those things like the um very simple, we look at food. Okay, why do I keep referring to food in this dharma talk? Because it is the most basic of all. Okay, food is a basic necessity. Food is something that everyone who wants to survive must have. Okay, it is not supposed to be a privilege. It's not supposed to be something that is like, you can have or you don't have. It's not an option. Okay, you need food to survive. But in our modern times, what does science do? Science is actually discovering things like, oh, if you were to have this, they emphasize on a certain food quality, okay, a certain nutrient, like for example, at one time this is that you must have this much vitamin C. I'm not discounting the goodness of vitamin C, but I'm talking about if you were to exaggerate the benefits of the vitamin C, which cause people to start taking a lot excessive vitamin C, even when their body doesn't really need it. Okay, what happens is that over the years, we have also seen how the elderly are actually suffering from rheumatism due to the excessive vitamin C when they were young. All right, so too much of a good thing is also not a good thing. it becomes a bad thing, right? So they have looked beyond this greed. Okay, the greed to protect this body, the greed for this body itself. But what is this body? This body is only things that are consist of a lot of cells. Okay, the cells are multiplying and some cells are dead. Okay, it is a cycle, it's a continuous cycle in the entire universe. Things are happening the same whether it is just your cell or the entire universe. Okay, you are nothing special, I'm nothing special. Okay, this body is also nothing special. So what they do is that they think that, oh, I'm going to protect, I'm going to try my best to protect, but in the end they cause more harm than good. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to protect, to make sure that, oh, like you look at those skin protection things, right? When you're talking about vitamin C to brighten your complexion, okay, this and that, okay, vitamin C in your body to protect yourself from something, okay. But the only time that I really take vitamin C is if let's say I don't take fruits during the day, or I have a couple of colleagues who have flu in the office. Okay, so I will want to protect myself. That is when I will need that as extra dose. Okay, but otherwise, the food that we eat, the things that we do, it can actually just allow us to survive very comfortably. Okay, it will protect us from things that are happening around us as long as we keep it moderate, we keep it on a normal diet. Okay, so when this happens, okay, they see beyond greed. The greed, okay, I refer to food. Now let's refer to money. Okay, what is money? What is cash to you? What is what why do we need all these billions and trillions and stuff? You look at the most recent, I can't remember, was it Fortune or was it any other publications? They're talking about some of the world's wealthy people are on track to being trillionaires in 2025. Okay, the trillionaires that they're talking about includes Elon, includes the Saudi prince, it includes some of the, I don't know who else that they included, but of course Elon Musk is being put in the spotlight because he is always very high profile. Although I wish, Elon, if you're listening to this, please consider going a little bit more low profile. Okay, sometimes you just need to have that quiet in your life. Okay, so what is it with all this money? All right, do you become happier with all this money? What money is it is a tool to help you circulate. Okay, it's actually something that people have created just to get an exchange of value. Okay, this is where the greed is, this is where the ignorance is. When you look at money by itself, we used to be okay. Okay, we used to be so fine with all the barter system, with being self-sufficient. You know, the first few humans that are supposedly documented in history based on the archaeologists' interpretation. Okay, and their analysis, they think that we have been born right from the beginning. Okay, in the past, um, we hunt, we gather our own food. Okay, can be digging stuff from the ground like potatoes, or they are just like plucking fruits from the trees, excuse me. Okay, or just hunting, right, or be hunted. It's okay, so it used to be just like that. There was no monetary exchange and people survive. Okay, until one day they started to become greedy. They take more. Actually, it didn't start that way. They took more than what they needed, and so they started exchanging goods. Okay, and somehow somebody just come up with the idea that, hey, I'm doing more than you. I should be getting more than what you're offering. Okay, this is the ignorance. This is the greed. So there comes the vocation, right? There comes the entrepreneurship, the first entrepreneurship. Okay, you're just looking at something that people need, and then you just do a lot of it, and then you just started to exchange it for things that you need. right? Nothing wrong with that. If let's say there is a moderation to it, okay, you just take what is enough. But eventually, people started to create a system that is much easier than a barter system. Okay, they started to create money because I may have something you need, but you don't have something that I need. Okay, so we use money, we use a currency so that this currency, which is easier to be carried, we can bring it on to other people who will be able to use this um, currency to get things that I don't have from other people. Okay, so this is actually what money is. It's a tool for you to exchange goods. But over time, we have discovered that people become greedy. Okay, they have forgotten that money is a tool. They have forgotten that it is just something that is actually used in the past to ease the transaction. Okay, it is just a number. Nowadays, people hoard the money, even though you won't be able to use all that money within your lifetime. Okay, so money becomes stagnant. But when we are talking about money becomes stagnant, there are some wise investment gurus that says that you need to put it into the market for investment so that you keep growing the money. That is another ignorance. That is also another greed, right? So with all this greed and all this ignorance going in circles, so that's why you will have a lot of competition. You'll have people who have very much scarcity in their thoughts, people who are thinking in limitations instead of in abundance, in unlimited values, okay, in things that no supercomputers can count. Okay, if you were to live a fulfilling life, you look at those people who may, like, there are many examples. Okay, if you were to ask me, there are many examples. In Taiwan, right, there were, you have seen stories about how one lady, she was working, I think she was a vegetable seller, if not mistaken, and she lives moderate. Okay, she sells the vegetables, and then the vegetables that she sold bring her money, but the money she didn't use it to make her own life better. Okay, she gave this money away to build schools for charity, to help those in need. She knows how to use money, right? It is a tool for her. Okay, and then we also look at the example of there was this lady, a wonderful lady, Shuten. Okay, she got the name Teresa Xu, okay, after Mother Teresa. So what she did was, when she was young, she learned, she was pretty good in English. Okay, she was one of those who got a secretarial position in some British company or something like that. Okay, but one day she saw through all these things and she had the desire to help. That's when she started taking in those who are very poor and without support. Okay, she helped them, and she lives very scarce. Okay, she can survive on just one apple a day, right? Or a raw egg per day, and then that's it. When they interviewed her when she was alive, she said that eating is too troublesome. She wants to use all her time to be doing things that are beneficial for others, to help those in need. Okay, so she does not hoard money. The money that she receives are all used for charity, to take care of those who are in need, who are under her care, right? And also we also see a lot of examples, even celebrities today. Some celebrities, they are earning a lot of money, but they don't really splash it for any kind of luxuries. Okay, they keep giving to charity. They are rich, no doubt, and they did enjoy some luxury items, like they do have a really big house. Okay, and like one of my best examples that I really like very much. Stephen Chow. Okay, he started normal. Okay, but he worked so hard and he earned the money. He managed to buy his mansions, he managed to invest in his properties, he managed to earn through investments, through the movies that he make. Either he acted on it on in them, or he directed them through his production. He worked hard for that, and yet, you know, the kind of money that he used on, he has this his house with elevator for his mother because his mother couldn't walk. Okay, he built this kind of thing, and he also donated a lot to charity. When people ask how much, he just said, I don't know, I can't remember. He doesn't keep track. And when he heard about the child with leukemia, he actually went in to donate his bone marrow. Okay, this is the giving back to society. Okay, he had seen through that this body is just a body. Okay, but another person's health is more important. Then he donated his bone marrow, and that's when you see that some people, they were condemning him about his white hair at a fairly young age. Okay, compared with other people. So some people who did not know, they just condemn him, saying that he is a greedy person, or that he loves money too much, blah blah blah. Okay, but the his donation was actually the reason that caused all his white hair. Okay, and then the money that he donated to the charities for natural disasters. He donated to schools, he donated to so many good causes, but he doesn't even talk about it. He didn't even bother about it. He didn't want to speak about it. He just goes up, right? So they have even taken photographs of him on his bicycle. Okay, so um this is these are the people who knows how to use money as a tool. Okay, but what do? We don't know how to use money as a tool. We hoard the money, and the moment we save the money for a purpose, for a cause, a selfish cause, then that selfish need will come up for us to use the money. Okay, and after that, do we learn anything? Do we learn any lesson? If we don't learn any lesson, we are nothing. Okay, we are still so ignorant. Okay, so the big monks, they have looked through what greed is. They have also looked through what anger and hatred is. Okay, chen is chen hen, hatred. Okay, deep set of hatred that is full of anger. So what is anger? What is hatred? It is only possible if you have a lot of ego inside you. Okay, you think that this particular person has provoked something inside me, and thus I get angry. That's because there's an I, there is a me, there is a person inside who you are. So that person is called ego. Okay, so this ego feeds our, I won't say feed, it eats us up. Okay, it's not feeding us, it is eating us up. That kind of ego. Okay, a lot of people, when they are not capable of learning anything, it is more often than not an ego at play. They will think that I know, so I don't need to learn. Okay, I already am so great, so I don't need to learn. Okay, this is a trap of mortals, okay, who are very worldly in this materialistic world, which is the outside. Okay, so when you are feeding your ego, the moment somebody triggers you, you become angry. And when you become angry, you try to retaliate and you're unable to do so due to your karma. It builds into a hatred. And when it builds into a hatred, if you don't let go, it just builds onto your next life. And that is how you continue next life and the next life and the next life. You know, a lot of times it's been countless lifetimes for us here in this world. You think that, okay, the Angelina that you see today is Angelina today. What are the influences from the past that made me into who I am today, the person that you see today? Right. Countless and countless. I will say that in the past I would have done something bad to other people. So this life they come back to do bad to me. And if I retaliate and I don't let it go, then it will continue to build. Okay. But the moment if let's say I just let it go, I just ignore, I don't care. Okay. The moment I let go, I free myself, okay, of one baggage, and I go up, transcend one step higher. Okay. Because all these baggages that we have, right, from so many lifetimes in the past, what they do is just to weigh us down into this mortal world. I've already said I don't want to be staying here at the end of my this current lifetime. I want to go to Amitabha's Pure Land. Okay? And if I want to go to Amitabha's Pure Land, I cannot be holding all these baggages with me. So how do these baggages manifest? In what form, They come in the form of, okay, they will show you something. They'll give the opportunity. They set the environment. Your karma is right. They'll set the environment. They'll let you meet with the people from the past that actually manifest this karmic seed together with you. Okay. And then if let's say it's going to be more than one. Okay, there's definitely going to be more than one. If let's say for example, if you meet somebody who is absolutely toxic in your workplace and you retaliate against this person, you may be going to another job or you may be going to another company, but you can just easily recognize the same trait of this toxic person in your next company. Okay, and then the cycle will go on again. You need to encounter this person, and if you behave exactly the way as you did in your past, after you have completed this particular cycle, you go to the next job, you will still encounter the same. All right. So if you are wise enough, okay, if you are wise, you will just stop right there. Right, you recognize and you just let go. You will understand that this is actually due to your past, and if you let go, you let this person just you know go ahead and be the whatever he or she wants to be. Okay, find another victim who will need to execute this karma, but you let go. Oh, you want to do this to me? Well, go ahead. I don't really care. I'm just doing my job. Okay, this thing will pass. This person will find a new person to bully after you have finished your karma. Okay, but you stay firm, you don't deviate, you keep your good heart. Remember, you only protect your own heart. What's from the outside, including this person who is just executing the karmic events from your past seed, is just a tool. It's just a vehicle, something like an actor. Okay, how you react is the one that will see whether you pass this test or not. Yeah, I can say that it's a test. How you're going to work towards that. Okay, so you see through this, the anger and the hatred is actually all due to your ego, that you're not able to let go or just be patient and let things pass. Okay, because remember, everything is impermanent. Okay, everything is temporary. All these events are just happening over and over again because of some past seeds that you have planted. Is a karmic seed. Okay, so when you have already seen through this, and then you will be free from the baggage. So the big monks, they have seen through this and they have let go of the baggage. Okay, and then the third thing that they have broken, okay, is the ignorance. Okay, the ignorance that they have broken is to be able to understand. Okay, a lot of people, you're looking for answers, looking for the truth of the universe. Okay, the answer is just that. Okay, our existence is due to the first ignorance that planted the first seed of our karmic existence. It's all karma. It's all karmic based. Is what karma is the law of cause and effect. If you didn't ask that question, if we did not ask that first question, our our ultimate energy will not just manifest, burst into all the entire universe that we have now, all these cells. Every single cell in our body is a universe by itself. Every single thing that we see here, mind in mass form, it is an object. If you look at it as a minute form, it is an atom. Okay, but the atom in itself is already an entire universe by itself. Okay, so it was due to the first ignorance that is related to the ego. You want to suddenly find the answer to something that was already the answer for a long time. But you're just being silly. You have that ignorance, and then you start. It's like your Big Bang Theory. You just burst into an entire thing. No end and no beginning, because it just passed from that beginning, which is your ignorant thought. Okay, once you have seen through all these ignorant thoughts, that is why you see it, you throw out all the baggage. Remember the onions that I was talking to you about? You peel off all the layers of your onions, and that is how you refocus to become that ultimate energy source. Okay, that's how you become a Buddha. Okay, the enlightened one. Right, and then they also the是 okay. So other than transcending these two, okay, there is the scarcity, and then there is the break, and there is one more, is the release of evil. Okay, you release of evil, not to say that you dispense your evil. Okay, it is not about that. You don't distribute your evil to other people. It is you release. That means you let go of evil. Okay, what evil do you let go? The evil of ego, the evil of jealousy. Okay, and then 是时刻性别人超过他，比求发心修道一心是求处离山解所引，魔见了心生恐怖。Okay, it is the release from the grip of evil. Okay, evil in the sense we also call it Mara. Okay, in Buddhist text, sometimes you will see the word Mara. Mara refers to the evil one. Okay, the one who ties us into this existence. It can be metaphor into a being. Okay, Mara as in a being, or it can also be explained to you as in the I will say that the events, your negative things that are trying to tie you down, because of your ego, because of your jealousy. Okay, when you have ego, you have jealousy, you just cannot let people be better than you are. Okay, you just become so absorbed with your own self. You have to be the best, you have to be the top, you have to be the number one. Your ego is so big, your hatred, your jealousy is so strong. The moment somebody is better than you, instead of cheering that person for the good karma that they have done, you misunderstand it and you compare it with what you have. Okay, you compare your achievements and think that, no, I cannot be any lesser than you, I must compete with you. Okay, there comes the competition, stupidly compete, but without understanding that it is all due to karma. You don't compete with anyone other than yourself. Okay, if you want to be better, you don't compete with anyone, you just compete with yourself. How good are you? Have you actually peeled off a layer of your onion? That is the thing that you should be competing about. Okay, but the moment that you have seen through this, you release, you let go of your ego, you let go of your jealousy, right? You let go of all these things that are going to tie you to this mortal material world, which we call samsara. Okay, you just become one who will transcend out of the 6 rooms of existence, out of the 10 rooms of existence, out of the cycle of rebirth. The moment you are able to do that, it is something that evil will fear. Evil are afraid of those who are without any traps. Evil are afraid of those who are getting out of the realms of existence. Okay, evil wants to trap you here with the money, with the fame. Okay, fame, fortune, popularity. Okay, it feeds your ego. It makes you feel like you're on top of the world. You're the best among us all, right? You're the richest. You are, you know, things that you will see like, oh, this person wearing what, um, carrying all kinds of branded luxury branded goods. Okay, and the entire body is fitted with all kinds of luxury that may equate to the salary of a normal person for 10 years, for example. Right? Evil wants us to be trapped here, thus give us all these things that will trigger due to our ignorance. It triggers the greed, it triggers the anger, it triggers the jealousy, it triggers something which motivational gurus would say that bring out the best in yourself. Okay, so it comes, be proactive, and then after that, it transcends to let us compete. Okay, why do you need to do that? If you understand your karma, you know that if you have planted the seed in the past, you are going to reap the fruits in this present life. You don't need to be worried about people taking away your money. You also don't need to worry about, losing things, because the things never belong to you. It is external, right? You just stay calm within yourself. Okay, things will come if it is rightly yours to come, right? If you have become this way, evil is afraid of you. Evil will find all kinds of ways. Okay, there are countless of practitioners who may actually encounter a lot of difficulties, especially for us like lay disciples. Okay, those in monkhood, okay, those who stays in the temple, the evil that they encounter may come out as fear. Okay, because with their meditative minds, with their calmness, they are able sometimes to see beings that we cannot see with our naked eyes. Ghosts, ghouls, okay, all kinds of yakas. Yakas are actually like a very huge black beings, furry black beings with red eyes, and they look scary. Okay, and in the ancient times, you will see that they are eating the corpse from the cemetery. Okay, so if you have ego, okay, if you are not able to understand, you see all these things and it will conjure fear inside you. You could not understand that they are just beings like you. They are subject to the birth and the death. They are subject to all things that are impermanent. They are subject to karmic seeds as well. After they have completed their karmic debt of being a yaka, they will also be reborn as something else, right? So if you don't understand that, you have your ignorance, you will have fear, and when you have fear, you see all these things, you will want to fight against them, and in retaliation they will also want to fight against you, because every being wants to be able to protect their existence, right? So what happens is there comes, okay, there starts that cycle of competition, of revenge, of of going against each other, right? When in fact, actually, you and him are probably not even related. If let's say you know, or in the past life, I must have some relations with this. If let's say you see a yaka, I must have had a relations with this yaka. That's why in this life, right now, I'm able to see this yaka. So the yaka may also realize it, okay, that you are able to see. So if you become afraid and then you tell some inexperienced masters, okay, say that, oh, there is this scary monster, paranormal monster in the toilet somewhere, can you catch it? Okay, so that is the act of aggression against the being who has um, reborn as a yaka. And then this yaka will feel afraid when there is somebody trying to dismiss its existence from wherever that is. Okay, trying to expel this yaka from its abode, from its place where it thrives or finds its food. Okay, so they will be fighting each other. And if the yaka was successfully um, being, you know, whatever ritual that the master has done, okay, there will be a grudge. There's the hatred, okay, and next life it will carry on. Okay, it will come back. If let's say you're reborn as human and human, then you will see there is the competition. If you're born as animal and animal, you will see that there's a fight going on. Okay, sometimes even the fight to the death. If let's say death has occurred, okay, the extinction of one being's life has happened, and which caused this person to lose this existence and need to go to the next existence. Okay, so I know today is a pretty heavy topic, but this is why it is important. That's why it has also gone beyond the 45 minutes, okay? But the moment you have to remember this, you are trapped in this existence because of all these things, okay? The evil, the fear of losing things due to your ego, due to your ignorance, okay? The fear of, if let's say, okay, one day I said I no longer want to be in corporate office. Okay, I just want to open a business and I'll just do a business, maybe just selling something, okay, cakes or whatever, anything, okay. And then I just don't care, right? How much money I'm going to earn by this business. If let's say in my past life I have planted really good seeds, okay, of charity, the money will come. Okay, whether my food is good or not, that's another story, but the money will come. The entire thing will come into a condition where it becomes conducive for me to get that kind of money, and that money will actually be just like how much I can get paid if I have stayed in corporate. Okay, it is just like this. Sometimes some people, they just, when you proactively do something, okay, you are only putting in the effort, more of it, to get what you're supposed to get. Okay, and if it is a positive effort, like you're hardworking and all, it accelerates. And then if you're giving back to the community, giving into charity, it will even multiply. But if you're doing it negatively, like for example you scam or you rob or you steal whatever, then it's a negative. And what you're supposed to get, you did it in a wrong way, a negative karmic way. The wealth that you're supposed to get discounted. Okay, and because you planted such negative roots, what you have gotten from other people due to all these fraud ways, okay, it will also be, the money can also be easily taken away from you. Okay, either through illness, or maybe you'll be tricked by someone greater than you, and then you just give your money. Like how you scam people, people scam you too. Okay. Okay, so I hope that you get a gist of what's going on. I know today's topic is like pretty. It is, if I can go on, it will still go on for a few days, but I think I'll have to stop here. It's enough of an explanation about the 大比丘, okay, 众. So this 比丘, the great monks, okay, what they are, I explain it in this entire episode. So I will see you again in the next episode next week. So meanwhile, please take good care, plant good karmic seeds, okay, and I'll see you again. Bye bye. Amitofo. Bye.